Oh man, I'm just thinking back to like how much, because I literally hated uni for a good like 5, 6 months.
You used to always go back to London as well.
Mm. To be fair, that was mostly because I didn't like my flat,
Oh,
and I think
fair.
that's also because
I got pretty lucky with my flat, so I don't mind.
yeah, yeah, you had a cool flat.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
be fair, most people that I know, I'm not going to name everyone, but a lot of cool flats.
yeah.
I think I don't really know how to articulate it, but I hadn't like, how'd I put it? I kind of didn't really know how to ask for help
From
in a loose
from an
sense.
academic standpoint, or from like just a life standpoint
Yeah,
at university, student life standpoint.
yeah, it's just in life because it's like I was always raised to. If there was a problem at home, it was like my job to fix it. When I was, when I didn't have any money to buy lunch in school, I started selling Kit Kats. Like I was always solving my
Like,
own
yeah, you
problems.
had to be the solution to your own problems.
Yeah, yeah. So I never knew how, like, I didn't even know I could ask guys for help. So when I was struggling, like, if I didn't like my flat, I wouldn't say anything. If I was, like, falling
Yeah.
behind lectures, I just wouldn't say anything. And it quickly got to a point where it's like, the only place where I feel like I have control is at home. So I would just keep going back. And I would
Yeah.
literally just go back for 2 days to sit and think and, like, solve problems, then come back.
So, but
Like, there was some sort of,
you think it was more like because you felt very uncomfortable by the fact that you just didn't have solutions to your problems, you went to a safe space that you knew the environment.
very much so. Like, one to do with the environment, primarily, like, environment to be fair.
Yeah.
But also the people, like I couldn't talk to my middle class flatmates about being broke because they just wouldn't get it. And it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, London was my only place where I could get things done in my first year.
Fair enough. Because like there was a girl in my flat who had the opposite problem, where actually it wasn't even the opposite problem. It was like she had the same problem as you, but on the other side of the spectrum. So like apparently we were. Bear in mind, our flat was not that diverse, right? So it had like so it had 3 white people, one
Mm.
mixed race girl, 4 white people, sorry. 4 white people, one mixed race girl, one Chinese slash Vietnamese, and one Asian, which is me. And
Mm.
one of the white girls was like, this is the most diverse set of people I've ever seen. I've never, she comes from like, she comes from like from a little town outside of Birmingham, and she hadn't seen anyone of color, I don't think, ever. So like, I could sense the fact that she felt very, very uncomfortable. And like, there was a time where like she was cooking rice, and like, honestly, it's one of the most funny situations where she was trying to cook rice with just oil. So like raw, like out of the packet rice, she put it into the pot and put oil, and like she heated it up for 5 minutes. She looked at it, she turned around to us saying, guys, why is the rice not cooking? Why is the rice not cooking? And we're like, oh, what's going on? And we look at it, we look inside her pot, and we see no water. So she just tried to fry raw ice, and she was complaining about not being cooked. And we like must have, well, I tried not to burst out of laughter, but we were laughing. And like, you could tell that she just felt so uncomfortable around a diverse set of people that she ended up requesting to move flats. You see her, she moved to OH like months in.
Oh man.
She just wasn't around people that she was like. And it was just so crazy to me that her being white had never, in the UK, in 21st century Britain, had never seen anyone of color. Never associated herself with anyone of color. Never hung around with anyone of color. And it like it's what caused her to drive herself to like her comfortable environment like you did. Whilst you, in this case, are the minority. What in her case, she was just the majority, used to being the majority, now suddenly being the minority and suddenly feeling what it feels like to be us.
Mm-hmm. It was just nuts.
Yeah, honestly.
I feel like in her, I mean, obviously I don't know her or the context, but that just seems so crazy to.
Crazy. Crazy, bro. I don't know her, I don't claim to know her. But just knowing what I did know of her, that's just nuts. Crazy. Like, you can't be living in the 21st century and not knowing anyone of color. Like, or not have seen anyone of color.
Just outside of Birmingham as well. Like, that's a very diverse city.
Exactly. But yeah.
Jeez. I'm still trying to get over frying rice. Like, I forgot all my questions.
I don't know whether she thought that was how you make fried rice, but I don't know what was going through her head still.
Oh man, that's funny. There was someone in my flat that put rice in a kettle and just pressed the boil.
Wait, that could work, I guess. I can't fault the logic in that. I can't lie, I can't fault the logic. But it's just obviously...
It sounds plausible, but
yeah, but it's...
the folly and rice in a kettle is a bit...
Wow.
mad.